Imagine stepping into your own serene, tranquil sanctuary, right in your backyard. A space that invites calm, reflection, and a deep connection to nature. That's the magic of a Zen garden. Zen gardens have been a symbol of peace and contemplation for centuries, originating in Japan and still inspiring modern spaces worldwide. Whether you have a sprawling courtyard or a small backyard, creating a Zen garden is an art that brings harmony, balance, and tranquility to your life. But how do you design this peaceful retreat in a way that's both authentic and deeply personal? In this video, we'll reveal the secrets behind crafting a stunning Japanese courtyard sanctuary. From choosing the right elements to arranging them in harmony with nature, let's dive into the serene world of Zen garden design. Before we dive into today's exploration, we want to warmly welcome you back to Alpho Studio. And if this is your first time with us, a special welcome to our design community. Subscribe now to discover a wealth of inspiration that will help you turn your home into a masterpiece. Let's create something amazing together. The philosophy behind a Zen garden. Before we dive into the design details, let's talk about the philosophy behind Zen gardens. Unlike other types of gardens, a Zen garden is not just about beauty. It's about creating a meditative space that reflects the principles of simplicity, balance, and mindfulness. Inspired by nature, crafted with intent, a Zen garden is meant to represent a miniature, stylized version of nature. The rocks, sand, and plants symbolize larger natural elements like mountains, rivers, and forests. Every feature in the garden is placed with careful intention, mimicking the flow and balance found in the natural world. The goal is to create a space that invites meditation and reflection, allowing you to focus on the present moment. Finding balance and harmony. Zen gardens embrace the concept of ma, or space. It's the empty areas between elements that allow the mind to wander and reflect. This balance between filled and open space is crucial in creating a harmonious design. In a world full of noise and distractions, a Zen garden offers quiet and clarity, an oasis from the chaos of everyday life. Essential elements of a Zen courtyard garden. Now that we've touched on the philosophy, let's talk about the key elements you'll need to create a Japanese courtyard sanctuary. Rocks, the backbone of the garden. Rocks are one of the foundational elements in any Zen garden. They represent the immovable, eternal aspects of nature, like mountains or islands. When choosing rocks for your garden, consider their shapes, textures, and colors. Larger rocks often serve as focal points, while smaller stones are used to create balance. The placement of rocks is critical. Think about how they interact with each other and the surrounding space. Place them asymmetrically to create a natural, organic feel, as if they've always belonged there. Gravel or sand, the flow of nature. Gravel or sand is used to represent water in a Zen garden. It's raked into patterns that resemble waves or ripples, symbolizing the fluidity of nature. This isn't just for visual appeal, it's also a meditative practice. Raking the sand allows you to focus your mind, calming your thoughts as you move with the rhythm of nature. Use fine gravel or sand in light, neutral tones for an elegant and tranquil look. And don't be afraid to change the patterns from time to time. It's a reflection of life's constant ebb and flow. Plants, minimalist but meaningful. Unlike other garden styles, Zen gardens typically use fewer plants, but each plant has significant meaning. Bamboo, moss, and small trees like Japanese maples or black pines are ideal for creating a natural yet restrained atmosphere. Moss, in particular, adds a soft, grounding element, while bamboo brings height and structure. The key is to select plants that thrive in your climate and can be maintained with minimal effort, reflecting the Zen principle of simplicity. Designing your Zen courtyard, a step-by-step guide. Now that you understand the elements, it's time to start designing your own Zen courtyard sanctuary. Here's a simple guide to help you bring it all together. Step 1. Choose your location. The first step in designing a Zen garden is choosing the right location. Ideally, your courtyard should be a quiet, private area where you can retreat from the noise of everyday life. If you have a small space, don't worry. A Zen garden doesn't need to be large. Even a compact courtyard can be transformed into a peaceful sanctuary with the right design. Step 2. Create a layout with intent. Once you've selected your location, sketch out a rough layout. Think about how each element, rocks, gravel, plants, will fit into the space. Remember, balance and harmony are key. Avoid overcrowding the area. Leave enough open space to allow the eye and the mind to rest. A traditional Zen garden often follows an asymmetrical design, where no single element dominates. The rocks, sand, and plants should flow together naturally. Step 3. Place your rocks first. Start by positioning your larger rocks. These will serve as the focal points of your garden, so place them in a way that feels intentional yet natural. Consider the visual balance. Try placing 1 or 2 large rocks to one side and balancing them with smaller stones on the opposite side. Imagine how the rocks might interact with the landscape if they were part of a larger, natural environment. Step 4. Lay the gravel or sand. Next, spread your gravel or sand across the garden, keeping it smooth and level. Once it's laid, use a rake to create flowing patterns that resemble water. This could be simple, straight lines, or more complex, circular designs that ripple out from the rocks. Raking the sand can be a mindful, calming activity, so take your time and enjoy the process. Step 5. Add minimalist plants. Finally, add your plants. Less is more in a Zen garden. Choose a few key plants that complement the overall design. Place a small tree or bamboo in one corner for height and balance, and use moss or ground cover to fill in smaller spaces. The plants should enhance the tranquility of the space without overpowering it. Keep them well pruned and minimal to maintain the garden's clean, calm aesthetic. Enhancing the atmosphere of your Zen garden. To truly transform your courtyard into a Japanese sanctuary, focus on the atmosphere. Lighting for tranquility. Soft, ambient lighting can add a peaceful glow to your Zen garden. Consider low, subtle lighting along pathways or near key elements like rocks or bamboo. Lanterns, either traditional Japanese stone lanterns or modern minimalist designs, can create a calming ambience during the evening hours. The key is to avoid harsh, bright lights, which disrupt the serene mood. Water features for serenity. While traditional Zen gardens often use sand to symbolize water, adding a real water feature can enhance the sense of tranquility. A small pond, fountain, or even a simple basin of water can create soothing sounds that mimic the flow of nature. If space is limited, consider a wall-mounted fountain or a small bamboo water spout, which brings the gentle sound of running water without taking up too much room. Pathways and seating for reflection. A well-placed path through your Zen garden invites quiet walks and contemplation. Use smooth, natural stones or wooden planks to create a meandering walkway through your garden. If you have space, add a simple bench or a few stone seats. These provide a place to sit and reflect, making your Zen garden not just a visual retreat but a space for meditation and mindfulness. Creating a Zen garden is about more than just design. It's about crafting a space that brings peace and reflection into your everyday life. By carefully selecting and arranging elements like rocks, sand, plants, and water, you can create a tranquil sanctuary that invites you to slow down, breathe, and reconnect with nature. Looking for more outdoor inspiration? Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Alpho Studio for more home design inspiration. We've got plenty of exciting content coming your way, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.